Okay, so we're back. We just got to the point here where we found our n value by using the elimination method by subtracting our two equations. Now that we have n, we can put our n value back into one of these two equations to find our c. And we sure should find it to be the exact same as the other ones. So this is step one here. And step two, let's use the other equation just for fun. So we're going to do c equals 45 times 30 plus 350. So if I put that into my calculator, 45 times 30 plus 350 is 1700. Perfect. So my point of intersection again is 30 and 1700. Okay, we have a few more questions to answer here. So what does the point of intersection mean? Well, I kind of talked about that when we graphed it, right? When we graph it, it's kind of easy to see. Well, it's when the cost of the two catering company is the same. So when the cost of the two catering companies is the same. So this method is actually really helpful when you're comparing costs between services or anything like that. You'll see we'll do it with cell phone problems, for example. And so this is something we actually use in our everyday life, which is nice to see. So you use three different methods to solve the system. What did you notice about the points of intersection? Well, wait, they are the same. Are the same. Yay. Does this surprise you? Well, I'll let you answer that. Maybe you were surprised to see that all of the answers came out to be the same thing. But when you think about it, if you're solving a set of equations and it's two lines, two straight lines, remember way back to the beginning of one of our lessons, the only time two lines can cross is at one point. So that means there can only be one solution for a system of linear equations. So it makes sense that they all have the same solution. And if they don't, that means you've done something wrong. So that's actually a good check. So let's get to these last two parts. Nick and Heather have invited 80 people to their wedding. How much will it cost for each menu? Okay, well, let's take that first one. Cookies the cost is 40 times the number of people plus 500. So for cookies, the cost is 40 times the number of people plus 500. So if we invite 80 people, we're going to plug in n is 80. Then you can plug that into your calculator. So 40 times 80 plus 500 is, I did that wrong, didn't I? Maybe not. 40 times 80 is 3,200 plus 500. No, I did that right. $3,700. And then the other one, frugal, I think, is 45n plus 350. So we're going to do the same thing. So frugals. So C is 45n plus 350. And remember, n is the number of people we're having. So you're going to replace that n with 80. Now if we put that into our calculator, 45 times 80, 45 times 80 plus 350 is 39 $50. Okay, so Heather really prefers the frugal menu to cookies. How much more will she pay? Well, if you notice here, frugal, the total cost for her 80 people will be $3,950. For cookie, it'll be $3,700. So how much more will she pay? Well, we're just going to find the difference, right? So we're just going to do $3,950 minus $3,700. Put that into your calculator. $3,950 minus $3,700 is $250. Therefore, she would pay $250 more for her choice or her preference. Okay, so that's a really great way to compare costs, especially on things like catering, food, things like events, weddings, even dances and stuff like that. Things like taxis, things like cell phone plans that have a base cost and then an additional cost that changes depending on number of people or number of minutes or something. So that is how you do a word problem. So what I would like you to do, I'm just going to switch over so you can see. This is the handout that I'm posting on Brightspace. So we just did the first 2 pages together. So there is a second question that has to do with providing lunch at school. So you're going to compare Lunch Express to Let's Do Lunch, and you're told what the numbers are, so you have to come up with your own equations. But once you have that, you're going to do the exact same thing we just did with the wedding question. Okay, I will post my solutions to this on Brightspace, so once you do it, you can check your solution. Okay, once you are done that, this is the practice work. So you're going to do that second problem on the handout. That's what I just showed you. Once you're feeling comfortable with that, you can go to Knowledge Hook and do the Systems Word Problems mission. I think it has 5 questions. So 2Ps, don't forget your code is now 6247, and 2D, your code is boom 7986. Okay, that's it for today's lesson. There will not be any more new material this week. The next lesson will be a review, and you'll have some questions to answer for the review before we go on to the next unit. Okay, that's it for today, so I'll talk to you next time. Bye-bye.